Hello again, it's Rain of Swords. So, based off my other video, I want to talk about toxic masculinity. What is it? You know, so to understand toxic masculinity is to understand firstly what it is and what it does and what kind of effects it has on the world, on yourself as a male, a young male. Don't know why I'm pointing to me, I'm not a young male. So I'm a middle-aged guy. I'm 44 years of age. I've been through a lot in my life, especially in my youth, which, as a young boy, it's hard, especially growing up in the 90s, the 2000s. The world, it was a completely different place. You couldn't be accepted for who you are. But let's not get into that. We'll do another video another time about that. So, toxic masculinity is sociological. It's a concept describing harmful, exaggerated male behavioral traits enforced by social pressures. Okay? So it pressures men to be aggressive, pressures them to be emotionally closed off and self reliant, which in the end is going to drive poor health outcomes, isolation, interpersonal violence. And it doesn't mean that masculinity is a bad thing, okay? Because masculinity within itself is not a bad thing, okay? But it points out, say, specific harmful cultural expectations, yeah? So you're still with me. So let's look at some of its traits. So, emotional suppression. So that's the idea that a real man, ooh, look at me, I'm a real man, must never show weakness. Don't show weakness, any kind of vulnerabilities. Why? And what's going to happen if you do that? It's going to fuck you up right there in your head. It's going to cause a lot of mental health struggles for you. Competitiveness, hyper competitiveness. Let's look at that. So this is where the belief that men must dominate every situation. They must use aggression to fucking resolve conflicts or prove their worth. I must prove that I'm a man. Who are you proving it to? Who are the people that you're proving this to? Who are you proving it to? God? You're proving it to devil, the demons? Who? It's you. You're trying to prove it to yourself. This ends up in things such as avoidance, self-care, viewing tasks like preventing healthcare, seeking therapy, or expressing feelings as unmanly. Can't do that. I'm a man. Look at me, I'm a man. I can't do that. What will people think about me at the end of the day? Is it going to be a case they're going to think about, oh, I must be that way, okay? But then, dominance, okay, that's another fucking big thing. With dominance, okay, it's like the devaluation, should I say, of women and resilience on misogyny or homophobia to enforce masculine status. So let's touch on that, because that's a fucking big thing. Okay, why would you want to devaluate a woman? Your mum's a woman. She brought you into this world. She nurtured you. She carried you for 9 months. And yet you want to devaluate someone that's brought you into this world? But it's just fucking stupid. Homophobia. Come on, it's 2026. Fucking cut that shit out. Love who you want, be with who you want. If you want to be with a man, be with a man. If you're a man and you want to be with a man, be with a man. If you're a man, you want to be with a man who used to be a woman who's now a man, or a man that wants to now be a woman, that makes you happy, go for it. Fucking awesome, you know what I mean? It's just like, be who you want, as long as you're happy. You feel that happiness deep with inside you, and that's what you want, fucking go for it. Let's talk about the health and how it affects you. So, men are going to be more statistically less likely to see doctors or seek preventive care, leading to reduced life expectancies. So, I don't think anyone wants to fucking die young or die early. Sometimes these unfortunate things happen in life. It can't be helped. But, you've just got to be a good person at heart. You've got to treat women good. You've got to treat yourself good. You don't have to be violent, I see it all the time. Like, I used to be on dating sites quite a bit, and you get women who are scared. Why? Because they've had really bad relationships. They've had, they've been beaten up by guys. They've had domestic violence on them. Why? If you've got a fucking beautiful woman that you, like a goddess that you want to worship, you want to cherish, why would you want any kind of harm to come to her? And that is where male toxicity comes in, masculine toxicity, because she's a woman, you're the guy, you want to use your fists on her. Mate, you're a fucking dick. Okay? Now, but addressing these kind of toxic kind of norms, so to say, involves you need to shift towards more of a kind of healthy masculinity. Because this framework, it will encourage men to express their emotions, which is fine. So express how you're feeling. Build supportive relationships. Engage in open communication. And take fucking accountability for behaviours that cause harm. To me, being a man is knowing that I make mistakes. Knowing that I learn from my errors. And knowing I'm not ashamed or afraid to talk about myself or my emotions. I'm not afraid to tell my girlfriend how beautiful she is, how much she means to me. You just have to take responsibility and be a better person. Because there's too much, let's face it, it's 2026 and there's far too much toxic masculinity going on in the world. And, I think we need to kind of just cut this out, don't we? And just make it like a better place, especially for women as well. Because, you've just got to be a nice guy, okay? And take it from experience. I've never been a toxic male, ever. All I've ever been is nice. And I always see, why did these beautiful looking women have all these guys who will just fucking treat them like shit? Like shit, okay? And it's like, well, why can't I have a beautiful woman and just be lovely to her? It's one of them. In the end, it's going to fuck your head up. It's going to fuck your mental health up. So, just be a better person. Be a better man. Okay? Right, I think I've said enough, so peace out.